Sexually assaulted by a teacher as a teenager files a lawsuit against a private Wichita school. The suit against Trinity Academy, claiming the school failed in hiring, retaining, and supervising the teacher who assaulted her. Matthew McFerrin, a religion teacher and assistant soccer coach at Trinity, was convicted of having sexual relations with a student in 2022 and sentenced to nearly 3 years in prison. The woman in court documents says she suffered up to $250 million in damages, including medical expenses and mental anguish. The suit also claims that prior to hiring him, Trinity Academy and its officials knew or had reason to know that McFerrin had engaged in acts of misconduct.